Fiancé cheated and planned something so horrible, I can't believe it. I'm 28, absolutely livid right now. I've just got back from a long-term assignment overseas and found out my fiancé, F24, has been cheating on me for the entire time. That's bad enough, but it gets far, far worse. She got herpes from the other man and, I hope you're sitting down, her plan was to infect me, too, so I would have a reason not to dump her. Are you kidding me? Can anyone explain to me her logic? She was being so aggressive to get me into bed. Normally, she gives me a couple of days to get over jet lag before she initiates intimacy, but this time she was talking all kinds of dirty, cam girl dirty. She never does that, and she was climbing into my lap in the parking garage. She's normally very private about physical affection. Something just didn't seem right, so I told her I needed to recover from my long flight. This started a huge fight that got worse on the drive home and turned into a full-out screaming match once we got back home, complete with her breaking things. I didn't understand what was going on and told her I was going to call the police so they could lock her up for her own good, and that's when she told me she'd cheated on me with a guy from Tinder. She said it was a mistake, that she was sorry, and begged me to forgive her. I just stared at her, trying to breathe. I told her she had to leave, give me some room, but she fell to the floor and grabbed my legs, telling me that I can't throw her out, that I can forgive her, if we could just make love. I demanded to know why that's so important. In between screaming, sobbing, and ranting, she said she had herpes, her life was ruined if I dumped her, and it was my fault because I wouldn't have sex with her right then and there. I felt like a million cockroaches were crawling all over me. I grabbed my keys and left. I'm at a hotel now. She's blowing up my phone, texting me that herpes isn't a big deal, that if we both had it, it would make us a stronger couple, and we could even share medicine. She put a laughing face emoji after that line. I think she's going insane. We've been together for 5 years, engaged for the last year, and I don't think I know who she is at all. I've taken multiple showers and still can't get rid of the feeling bugs are crawling all over me. I can't turn out the lights, I can't even close my eyes. Has anyone ever dealt with anything like this? What was she thinking? WTH am I supposed to do next? Fiancé cheated and planned something horrible. Update. First, thank you to everyone who replied with support and ideas going forward. I was sitting in a hotel at my wit's end when I made that post, having no one to call that late or early in the morning, and not knowing how to even begin discussing what had happened. Of course, the relationship is over. That was never in doubt, and I apologize if anything in my original post made that unclear. A lot of you made comments and or sent messages of constructive things to do next to detangle me from my now ex-fiancé, which is what I was trying to ask for. Those of you that told me not to go back home right away, you were right, and thank you. I was planning to head back the next day, but because of your comments, I called her cousin, nearest relative, who lives nearby, and told her everything. She didn't believe me at first, but when she got to our place, she found my ex-fiancé sitting in the middle of our living room, staring at the wall, incoherent, with dozens of our pictures torn up all around her. The cousin got her some help, called 911, and a very understanding police officer showed up with a social worker. Together they got my ex-fiancé into a psychiatric clinic. I talked with the officer and he said it was okay to go back home and clean up. He took pictures for his report. He also suggested I get a temporary protective order to keep her away from me, filed this morning, waiting for the hearing, and that her cousin get a conservatorship. Ex-fiancé is doing that bad. When talking to the lawyer about the protective order, she told me that it is a crime to intentionally infect someone, or even try to, with a STD in our jurisdiction, but the key word part is legal intent. With her mental breakdown, it's not likely the DA's office would prosecute. To be honest, I would rather she just get help for her mental health than a criminal conviction. My friends came over and cleaned up our place, my place now. They wouldn't let me do much, telling me to just relax. I ended up sleeping 10 hours straight. Problem is now I have time to think. So many questions, no answers. It didn't help that her cousin showed up to return the engagement ring. They took all my ex-fiancé's jewelry when she was admitted. Holding that ring in my hand really hit me hard. Now I keep feeling guilty, especially about the time I spent away from home on assignments. My job involves helping people in some of the poorest places in the world, and when I'm there, I sort of go numb and that numbness lasts for a week or so when I get back. Depression is a reason a lot of people with my job resign. Maybe I should find a new job. Maybe I was asking too much of her. Could any woman handle that? Anyway, I had a few minutes and wanted to convey my thanks to all of you who kept me sane when it all went down. Thank you.